Yeah.
Jason
So
Grundy.
good evening. We are back again. No Matty today, but hopefully, I'm not lagging your end because I'm lagging my end. My lips are out of sync with the audio and everything, so it's moving a little bit crazy.
You looks like you're breakdancing, mate. Looks like you're doing It looks like you're doing the robot.
Hey, do you remember Max Headroom? Remember Max Headroom on Channel 4?
Yeah, Max Headroom. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, hopefully it fixes itself.
It's fixed it.
Yeah,
I'll jump out and jump back in.
It's
But
done now.
been...
No, it's done. It's done. It's all right, Lee. You're all right, Lee. You stop breakdancing now. You're fine.
You stop being Max Headroom.
Pinned comment is the lads' links, so make sure you sub to all the lads. Matty's working, so he can't make it today, but smash the like button up as quick as you can. I'll be live for the Vallecano Valencia game in an hour and 40 minutes. So make sure you come and check that out. This is a football discussion show for entertainment and opinion only. Everything here is about sport, guys. We do not involve politics, personal targeting, or hate. So we're going to talk about football. We're going to talk about how we disappointed ourselves yesterday and dropped 2 points at Stamford Bridge against 10 men. Yes, 10 men. Yeah, not good. But we'll get into all of that in a second. Jezza, how are you, mate? How's your Monday?
Yeah, it's all good, mate. All good. Yeah, disappointed after yesterday. Yeah, it was madness, really. And seeing all the comments from the Chelsea woodworm, as I call them, because they only come out the woodworm when they think they've achieved something. Well, yeah, if you want to celebrate a draw, mate, celebrate it. Don't celebrate it for me. Yeah, it's all good, mate. All good.
Bless that, mate. DJ, how's your Monday, mate?
Yeah, not bad. Bit busy. Windswept, raining. But apart from that, it is the 1st of December. So I can't believe how quick this year's going, flying by. But it's the business end of the season. This is when the season starts, Lee. And straight away, we've started off with a draw against 10 men Chelsea. So we'll see how the festive season pans out. We
will indeed. How's your Monday, Kenny? How are you, mate?
My Monday's been good. Yes, let's just say it's very free. It's very cold in West London, London Borough of Hammersmith, Fulham. But I had a great time. I must have spent. I got there about 2 o'clock. I didn't leave until about 9. That's how much I love my time there. But yeah, we'll talk about it when we get our segment. But Saka, please pass to your teammates.
Oh, yes, I said that.
I think that's very toxic, Kenny, but we'll get into that. Big up to SG for the super chat, mate. Bless up, bro. Appreciate you, man. Big up to everyone locked in as well. Over 200 in there real quick. I'm sure we'll get infiltrated by Chelsea in a minute as well. So they'll come and say, oh, hold that. You predicted by 3. Yeah, I did. Never mind. That'll teach me to be confident for a game against that lot. Anyway, start with DJ today because he's on short time as well. But what did you make of it, mate? It was it weren't looking good from the get-go, really, was it?
Frustrating again. In the 2 games where teams have been physical, Sunderland away and Chelsea, where they've got at us and stopped us settling down and really got at us early on, we've come out not winning them. So for me, that's worrying because it was similar at Sunderland where we got bullied and where we got put on the back foot and then we went behind. And it was very similar against Chelsea. Chelsea had obviously done their own work and you could see that from the start, from the get-go. And we couldn't really deal with it. We had players going missing, big players going missing. So that's a worry because any team now that wants to get something from Arsenal, they just get in amongst us and put it about and frustrate us, which Chelsea did. And then when then I thought we didn't start very well, and then I thought, oh, we've been given an early Christmas present here. Caicedo's gone in to challenge the ball. Moreno's laid it off. Nothing malice in it. He didn't go to injure the player. He just committed himself to the tackle, and Moreno flicked it off before he got there, and his follow through obviously was a red card. And then I'm thinking, right, here we go, early Christmas present. Let's turn the screw now and let's get at them. Instead of that, we couldn't pass the ball. Declan Rice was absolutely doing everything in midfield, making important interceptions, 1 or 2, 3 or 4 in the box. So he was playing as a number 6 and a number 8, because I keep saying it, when the pressure's on and it's physical, we haven't got a number 6 at this football club. When the pressure's off and when he's got time on the ball, we've got a number 6. But unfortunately, in the Premier League, in December, end of November, on a wild night, you've got to dig in and you've got to prove that you are a proper number 6. And unfortunately, Zubimendi for me is too weak. And he's been caught out again. He was caught out many times against Sunderland. He's done it. He looked weak and feeble again yesterday against Chelsea when it got physical. And Declan Rice, again, will probably get stick for not having a good game. But the point of the matter is, if you haven't got Declan Rice alongside Zubimendi, then that midfield is looking very, very vulnerable. So that's a worry for me going forward as well. I thought the centre halves, to be honest with you, I thought they'd done okay. You know, they got thrown in at the deep end, partnership. There was a few little moments there, but I'm not really looking at the 2 centre halves. It was their first game together, and to be honest, they done okay. They done okay. Let's talk about Saka. World class, not for me. Good player, brilliant player. I think he's reached his ceiling, though, Lee. To be honest. I don't see this player. I don't see him improving. I think he's reached his level. It's a hard one to admit, but some players, he's still a very, very good player, and he's still a very, very important player for Arsenal. I'm not saying he's not, and I'm not saying he's a bad player. I just don't see him going that extra level. I just think he's reached his ceiling. So when he does have a bad game, it notices. You know, he wasn't laying the ball. He did all right. He set up a brilliant assist for Marino. But apart from that, I wanted to see a little bit more. You're chasing a title. You're up against Chelsea. You're chasing a title. Your big players have got to show up for the occasion. Eze, again, as soon as it got a bit physical, went missing. Wasn't the Eze that I saw against Spurs. Again, didn't show up. Martinelli. Me and Kenny's been saying it. Brilliant off the bench. When teams are tired and you've got to stretch teams, you can bring him off the bench and use his pace. But he was on for 90 minutes he was on from the start. Non-existent. Didn't see him. Non-existent. So all these things, and you're thinking to yourself, right, you know, how are we meant to tackle this? Because when you're hearing constantly that this team has got depth, this team is the best in Europe, this team is this team is that, world-class players, world-class this, world-class that, I'm expecting to beat Chelsea with 10 men. If that's what's been rammed down my throat 24/7, and that's all I've been listening to from the pundits and the radios and streams and all of that, I'm expecting to beat 10-man Chelsea. And you can make any excuse in the book about injuries. You can then say, oh, we played 3 days and we've had a busy week. We played Spurs. We played Bayern Munich. Well, hang on a minute. It's the same for everyone. The fact of the matter is Chelsea played Barcelona and they were down to 10 men against top of the table Arsenal. And in attack, they look more threatening than us. They look more threatening than us. They had more pace than us. They looked more dangerous than us. They wanted it more than us. And we didn't have an answer to it. And then he makes the substitution. And I'll land on this. What really got me, I then think the manager's being positive because he takes off Zubimendi, and I'm thinking, right, okay, you've taken off a defensive midfield player and you've brought on Odegaard. Now we've got, although Eze weren't having a brilliant game, we've now got Odegaard and Eze on the field. And I'm thinking, that's it, we'll go for it now. But then when he realised that Chelsea was still looking dangerous, he then takes Marino from up top and puts him back in midfield when he's just taken Zubimendi off. So then he takes a defensive midfield player, he puts another defensive midfield. So now we're finishing the game with the same setup as we started the game. Odegaard comes on for Eze, you might as well say. Marino drops back in midfield for where Zubimendi was playing, and Declan Rice drops in the 6, and then Marino, well, midfield. I mean, fantastic up front. In fact, I don't think he should lose his place for Gyökeres, to be honest. But at the end of the day, they're dropping Marino back in midfield. And then in his press conference, he said we dominated the game. Well, if you're dominating a game, why have you dropped your forward into midfield? If you're dominating a game, you don't do that. You put all your attacking players on. You leave Eze on. You put Odegaard on. You bring Gyökeres on. You leave Marino up top. Take off a defender. But the fact of the matter is he brought Marino back in midfield because he knew he wasn't dominating the game. And he knew that they were dangerous on the counter. That's why he locked up. So for me, he got it all wrong against 10 men. He was found out. He didn't quite know how to handle it against 10 men. And Chelsea deserved the draw. In fact, hats off to Chelsea. I thought they played really, really well. Yeah, I mean, I was disappointed, Lee. I was disappointed, because you've got to take, when you're going for a title and you've got Aston Villa away the following Saturday. By the way, if we play like that, they're going to beat us. Get used to it, people in the chat, because if we play like that, Villa are going to turn us over. You've got to find a way. If you're chasing a title, you have to find a way to get all 3 points against 10 men. I don't care whether you've played 6 games before, 10 games before, or whatever. You need to find a way to get 3 points. By hook or by crook, when you're up against 10 men, from the 35th minute, you need to find a way to win that game. And we didn't. And I was just a little bit disappointed with it, Lee, to be honest. But all the excuses are out. Injuries, games, had a busy week, had to play Spurs, had to play Bayern. They're tired, they're this. Well, if they're tired, why did you leave Declan Rice on against Spurs for 90 odd minutes when we're cruising? If they're tired, why did you leave players on against Bayern Munich when we're cruising? It's up to you to rotate those players properly so they're not tired. So I don't listen to all the excuses. The fact is we dropped points, Lee, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, well said, mate. We've got the best squad in the world, so I don't want to hear no excuses. That's what I keep getting told. We've got one of the best squads in the world, if not the best. And Hincapié is a beast. Yeah, the Ecuadorian butcher, I think they call him. Yeah, good one.
I'll call him the Ecuadorian Kolasinac, but I'll get ripped for that.
Yeah, Mosquera, apparently he's world class, Yeah, okay, good one. Zubamendi, he's a Rolls Royce in midfield. All right, mate, good one. Yeah, I told you he's bang average when you press him. And yesterday he got pressed out of the game. Yeah, every time he gets pressed, doesn't matter what game it is, whether it's this league or any other league, you press that guy, he folds. Yeah, when he's not being pressed, he looks brilliant. Yeah, and he's got good passing on him. But you put a bit of pressure on him, he folds. We see it all the time. We've seen it all season with him. He's had a couple of good games. Well done to him. Yeah, but he was awful yesterday. Yeah, same with Skelly. That substitution wound me up the most, if I'm honest. Taking Calafiori off. Oh, but he's on a yellow card. Yeah, and Cucurella was on a yellow card. Didn't see him getting subbed. Yeah. So their manager trusts him to stay on the pitch, and he was lucky he stayed on the pitch, by the way. Yeah, but our manager decides to take Calafiori off. Yeah, and then bring on Skelly, and within 4 minutes, he's booked. Well, that fucking went well then, didn't it? You know what I mean? One of them has actually improved this season. The other one's gone backwards. And the one that's gone backwards, he brought on. That makes sense. But what did you make of it all, Jezza?
Yeah, disappointed, really. I've seen enough of Zubamendi. Takes too long on the ball. He's not going to get the time that he got in Spain. It's a faster, more physical league, this. Not good enough for me. Didn't want him, too lightweight. He gets bullied too easy for me. Caused us problems yesterday again. Saka, I said to you last night, is selfish. And I believe you said that Kenny said the same thing. So obviously great minds work alike, Kenny. Maybe we do know what we're talking about. Sorry. He's not world class. He's nowhere near world class. He's a good player. He's a top elite player, but he ain't world class. And Yeah, one cross yesterday. We score a goal. Fantastic. One in a game is not good enough for me. It's not the levels. So where do we move from here? We've got Brentford away Wednesday night. That won't be an easy game.
I think that's at home. I think the Brentford game's at home. Villa's
Villa
away.
away is Jez. That's a tough one.
It's away, isn't it? Isn't it
No,
away?
we've got,
Nah, Brentford's at home.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
fair
and then
we've got
Villa's
Villa
away.
away though, Jez. Villa's away.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, beg your pardon. My bad. Even so, Brentford coming to the Emirates, we're going to have to step up to the plate now. Pressure is on, Mr. Arteta. Yeah, we're not going to walk away with this by Christmas. Like people like to tell me, it's all done and dusted, and we're in for everything. Yeah, okay, we're doing the Champions League, but this is the Premier League we're talking about now. No. Couldn't beat a 10-man Chelsea. And then we get James bullying us in midfield.
Run the show. Oh my God.
That's not good. That is not good. I thought our midfield yesterday was proper shit. Eze, where were you? What were you doing? Wasn't impressed with Rice yet. Mikel, knowing we've got a game midweek, you kept him on. What are you doing here? What are you doing? Because at the end of the day, you're going to burn another player out. And you keep doing this, Rice will go down injured, and then we are truly sold down the river. No, I'm not impressed, Lee. Kenny, DJB, chat, not impressed at all. Kenny, you were there. You saw it better than me. No, not liking what I'm seeing in that game. I predicted a 2-0. I honestly thought we would go there and get a 2-0. I really did. I was positive. I was happy about it. What a performance I saw. I thought was bloody jokes. Defence, we were looking a little bit shabby, if you want to put it that way. No. It's not a given, boys and girls. It's not a given, this. Right? And we've all been saying it. And yeah, you can clip it and do whatever you want to say and all that bullshit. I ain't got a time of day to worry about it. But no, we're not good enough right now. We're going to get caught out again. And I'm still pretty angry about it, to be honest, because I just never saw the performance yesterday I was expecting. This is before I shut up, Lee. This is what winds me up, right? That game against Tottenham and Bayern Munich, I praised the shit out of this manager, right? I gave him every credence and credit I could possibly say. Well done, fantastic. And then he turned up with that pile of shit. That just says to me, you still don't know, do you? You still can't get it right after 6 fucking years, man. Was it 19th of December, is it? And you still can't get it right. No. I will not be the one that gets called out and says, oh, Jez, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. I've seen it. I'm watching it. What are you people watching? What are you actually watching? Do you actually watch the games? Do you actually watch the games live? Because that's what I'm doing. That's what Kenny's doing, Lee's doing, DJB, people in the chat are doing. And yet you get these little arsewipes that call it out and say, we're going to do this, we're going to do all that. Fuck off. I've been here too many times now. It's getting boring. And on that note, I'll wind it in because I'm going to get the otherwise, because I don't need this shit of watching this all the time. Yeah, it's disappointing. It's upsetting. And this manager, really, let's be truthful. If you don't get it done, fella, fuck off. I've had enough of you.
Well said, Jez. Well said, mate. Big ups to everyone locked in as well. Yeah, big up to AJT as well. What is Reece DJ is worrying about his 100 grand bonus. That's what it looked like to me yesterday. It looked like he was just trying to get his bonus. Yeah, smashing shots, fucking going nowhere near. Yeah, and he's so greedy, man. He's become very predictable, Saka.
Too predictable.
Yeah? And it's all well and good, right? When it's working. He's had one assist in an entire calendar year, and that was yesterday. From the 30th of November last year in the Premier League, all the way through to yesterday, 30th of November 2025, 1 Premier League assist. Yeah, 4 goals. Sorry, mate, we're about to give this guy 300 grand a week. Are you tapped? 300 grand a week? No.
But
Yeah,
he has
anyone...
engaged, mate. So he's got to buy a big engagement ring. So he probably needs to.
And then the thing that winds me up with it is, right? Yeah, he has been hyped. That's exactly what it is. And because our team was so shit and he was the one getting all the goals and the assists, yeah, he looked a lot better than the rest of them, which he was. However, now we've got some better players at the club, yeah, and he's been found out and overplayed. Yeah, DJ might be right. We might have seen the best of Saka. You know, I said this with Rance last season. I said we might be watching him at his very best now. This might not get any better. Yeah. No, you don't know what you're talking about, Lee. Oh, he's only going to get better. Well, it looks like he's got worse to me. Yeah, and he shouldn't have been playing after that injury last season. Yeah, he shouldn't have been playing until this season. Let him have all that time off. Go on holiday. Go and chill in the sun somewhere. Yeah, come back for pre-season and go again. Instead, we played him. He's been shit ever since. Yeah,
Lee,
and that's a big problem.
Lee, before Kenny comes in, we have seen players over the years that hit the ground running, really peak, really get blown away with their brilliant play and everything else, and people go, "Oh, he's fantastic," and then they just kind of reach a level where they just sort of stay where they are and have bad games. And I think that's my only opinion. I'm not knocking the guy. I think he's still a great player and he's still an asset for our club. But I just don't think for me, he looks like he can't go any higher. He looks like he's at that level now. Yeah,
it's now he's got to try and get to the next level, and it doesn't look like he's getting there. And as for this comment here, where is it? Where's that comment gone? You guys are ungrateful, mate. I've seen Thierry Henry at my football club. What are you waffling about? Like, get out of it. About you ungrateful, what? Because we're saying Saka might have hit his peak.
Chelsea fans well, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, don't worry. They got a zest about fucking getting Stinker and Hook yesterday. Yeah, he's been consistent at winning fuck all since he's been here, mate. Yeah, how about that? Yeah. If your club had gone 5 years without a trophy, mate, you would have burnt Stamford Bridge down by now. How about hold that? Anyway, question for Kenny, and we'll get Kenny's takes. Big up to JT as well for another super chat. The difference between a manager or a tactician. That is the difference between a manager and a tactician. The manager, that we have, micromanages everything. When it comes down to the nitty-gritty of in-play tactics, the other day it worked. Yeah, today it didn't. Or yesterday it didn't. Yeah, fair enough. Soon as we made some of the subs, we got a goal. But we should have kicked on from that. Yeah, and like DJ said, he's then throwing Marino back in midfield, which is where Zubamendi was. Yeah. And then put Gyökeres up front. Well, if it was working like he said it was in the press conference, why did you do that change? Why didn't you put Gyökeres up front with Marino? Do you know what I'm saying? That's bullshit.
Scared, mate. We weren't dominating it like he was saying.
And he was worried, that they were going to do us on a counter-attack.
Yeah. But
it is what it is. Big up to Andy as well. Kenny, from your position in the ground, did you get the impression that the players have been told to hold back a bit? And then give us your thoughts in general.
Well, first and foremost, I don't think so. Chelsea are better side from kick-off. They're at it. They won the midfield battle, and our wingers were just poor yesterday. You know, Saka I'll deal with later, but Martinelli was making me angry. But who knew, eh? I mean, this Martinelli, like, how do I say it? A friend society. It's just a joke. It's a joke. I mean, he did nothing yesterday to the extent that, was it his fault? Partly it was his fault, partly it wasn't. There is no, the way Arsenal play is all geared towards the right hand side and finding Saka and finding Timber. You might as well not have had Martinelli in the field. And when you did have him in the field, he did nothing. He got locked off by Malo Gusto, but who knew anyway? I mean, Jesus Christ. Because he comes off the bench, he scores a goal. You've got people going, "Oh, what were you saying about Martinelli?" He's still at the back. That Martinelli's a good sub, and that it's good to have Martinelli to play against tight defences. But starting from games and saying that he's one of your main men, it's just a joke. Saka, greedy. That's all I could say. It's complete greedy, and I've been noticing it quite in the last couple of games. I noticed it against Spurs. Noticed it. Didn't really notice it against Bayern, but I've been noticing it for the month now, where he has to. He's going for glory rather than passing, and I just had enough now, because regardless, there's a team out there. I get where you're coming from. I get that. You at this stage of your career, you should be getting 25 goals and probably 15 assists, because you need to be fit that tag of world class. But sometimes there's a time to do that, and yesterday wasn't the time. There were players in good positions, and you're just using them as decoys to have your shot and goal, and it was repetitive, and it was just, pass the ball, please pass the ball. But one thing we'll say is that I've said it for quite a bit of time. No matter how great you think you are, regarding having the best defence in the world, or having this super team, you're still vulnerable. If teams do the basics against you really well, you're still gonna drop points or lose the game because they do it better than you. Sunderland, 3 weeks ago, did the basics better than us. I accept that, but Arsenal just can't get it through their fixed goals. But teams are allowed to give us an hard time, and they will persevere. We're not this ultra great side. Yeah, we've got a great squad, and it is in our hands to win the title. But let's get it right. There's nothing spectacular about any team in the Premiership. There's not a golfing class that there was probably when there was a top four in the, between 2005 and 2012, where there was a top four and the rest. No, the gap is closing. And whether we like it or not, that's just a fact. The fact of the matter is that the last 3 times we've gone to Stamford Bridge, they've absolutely mullered us. They mullered us 2 years ago. And because we nearly nicked it in the end, we're under the impression that, things are not too bad. Look, things ain't too bad. They're not great. But as I said before, just a little reminder, just be humble. Just be humble. We weren't going to go to Chelsea and give them an idea, because look at it.
I predicted that, though.
I know you did it for a position of strength because of our last 2 games. The fact is, Chelsea smashed Barcelona, punished for every mistake. Chelsea would have looked at what we did against Bayern in the second half and said, no, not doing it against us. No, they could do it against Bayern, but not doing it against us. I think Casado probably took it a bit too far, but Reece James tactically won the midfield battle. Declan Rice tried his hardest. He tried to get us up the field, but at the end of the day, Reece James was the master, and that was with 10 men. Malagusto had a fantastic game. Cucurella, after he fouled Saka, he became more disciplined. Now Saka learned to lock a key. I know people are going to say, why are you slacking off Saka? He's creating the goals and getting an assist. Come on, man. Stop hiding behind the assists. Watch the whole game. Because if anyone is praising Saka for creating a goal for creating a goal, for Marino, then I've got to say to yourself, you didn't watch the game. You're just the highlights, man. You just expose yourself as a highlights. All these guys goes, Saka haters an illness. Excuse me, this is Arsenal. It's not about whether Saka's from Nigeria or he's Yoruba and want all us Nigerians to get together. I couldn't give a damn about that. I'm here about this is an Arsenal show. This isn't about Saka, Saka of England, or Saka potentially a great player, or Saka because he's one of my boys. Get my boy. The only boy I have is Arsenal Football Club. So you could take your illness and go and spread it somewhere else. The fact is, Arsenal comes first. And I watched I was at a football match yesterday. I wasn't at a get together or a Nigerian wedding. I was at a bloody football match, and I'm saying Saka was inconsistent. It's not bad. He's not always inconsistent, but yesterday he was on the lock and key. Cucurella had the lock and key, right? He's created a goal. That's fantastic. But when you play against 10 men, what you do is you move the ball quickly and you find that space. You don't try and go for glory and think it's easy. These are just footballing facts. So if you can't take it, then I just say sit this one out. Sit this one out. Sit this debate out. Sit the second debate out and save your strength for Brentford and Aston Villa. And hopefully, he would have learned to pass the ball. Hopefully, he would, make the right decisions, which he normally does. But I think he's just sit this one out. It's not personal, but for you, it is personal because, and we had this crap with Mesut Ozil, and we have this crap with Odegaard. They have poor games, but because they did one pass and created one chance, they've had a great game. I mean, come on, you dills. Do you watch football or not?
Most
Because
of them don't, Kenny.
I'm taking it personally when that idiot says this Saka's hate his illness, or when he's the other idiot who supports Chelsea, who may be from Nigeria, saying, "Oh, you know what? Oh, you can't slag one of my boys off." It's not about your boy. It's about Arsenal, Chelsea. It's about a football match. The fact is, Saka will become world class when he deserves to be world class. When he makes the right decisions, when he starts scoring the goals, the match-winning goals on a consistent basis, then he'll be like, then I'll let him be world class. But right now, there's still a way to go. This season has to be a season. He was poor yesterday, but let's face it, we've got to keep it real. This can never happen. We've had a warning shot against Sunderland, and we're having another warning shot. Let me tell you something now. Villa will come with the same energy as Chelsea and Sunderland because they've got the players. There's going to be teams that don't have the players to do it. So they are going to retreat. They are going to make it easy for us. So what will happen is probably about maybe 5 or 6 times. But you have to learn from it. You've got to be prepared. You can't – some games you can't afford to give the ball away because you will get punished. We got lucky yesterday. We got lucky at Sunderland. There won't be a third time lucky if we play like this again. If we don't understand that teams do have good players and that we have to be sharper. And I don't want idiots in our fan base hiding behind the fact that we had 2 experienced defenders. They were fine. The wingers weren't fine. Eze was crap. He got bullied.
The midfield got run through. The amount of space in that midfield was a disgrace in that first half, especially.
Declan Rice didn't have one of his better games, but he tried his hardest. Zubimendi, they targeted Zubimendi. That's football. That's what I would do if I had the physicality in midfield, and Arsenal's midfield general or best midfielder was on the ball. I'm going after him. That's football. Get out. You know what I mean?
Look at the way Reece James got the ball back off of Calafiori. Calafiori got the ball in the halfway. Yeah, and then Reece James just goes straight round him, gets the ball back and runs off. Then Calafiori pulls him, he gets booked.
But the thing is,
are you dense?
Yeah.
Have some awareness of what's around you. Yeah, and listen, I thought Calafiori was one of our better players yesterday. Yeah, which is why I was a bit pissed off he got taken off. And then everyone knows I'll take the mick out. He had to go because what was happening is that it wasn't. The fact is that Taylor didn't want us. Taylor needed a. You probably saw it clearly, and when you saw the tackle yesterday from Casado, I bet all of you guys were watching at home went off straight away.
But he didn't. He wanted to keep.
He didn't want to send him off.
Yeah. So basically, what was he going to do? He was going to level that up. He was desperate to send one of our boys off. And
Calafiori pissed me off as well. I hear it. I hear it with Calafiori, but at the same time, that he reffed that game completely fucking shambolic yesterday. It was awful for both sides. Calafiori, fair enough. I hear that, Kenny. Yeah, but what's his name? Cucurella. He should have had about 4 yellow cards after he got his fucking first yellow. Yeah, he threw Timber to the ground. No, not going for the ball. Just launched him in the corner flag. I'm like, well, that's the second yellow. Yeah, he wiped out a couple of our players and got told one more, and then had 3 more. That's piss take. He was crap, that ref. But listen, I don't blame refs. That's not the reason we didn't win the game. Yeah, the reason we didn't win the game, so our manager fucking nosed it up. Yeah, and our players, were just sheepish. Yeah, and Saka, just on the Saka thing quickly, he has been absolutely shit. Yeah, for about a year. Yeah, let's be real. A year ago, he scored and got 3 assists at West Ham, 5-2 win. Then since then, he's got 4 goals and 1 assist. So he literally got 4 GA in that one game. He's got 1 GA more in a whole fucking calendar year. And people are lauding this guy up. Why can't you criticize this guy? He should be dropped from the team. Yeah, he shouldn't be playing week in, week out. Because if this was any other player, sorry, DJ, I land on this.
No, go on. Sorry, man.
If that was any other player in this team apart from him, they'd be calling it out. Yeah, but because it's Bukayo Saka, he's the poster boy of our football club. Yeah, you're not allowed to say it. And it don't help when Ian Wright comes out chatting bollocks every week. Don't help when fucking Martin Keown sat on TalkSport today, with Simon Jordan, calling Zubimendi Supermendi.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, are you actually watching games with blindfolds wrapped around your eyes, mate? Like, what is he watching? He called him Supermendi. Fucking game's gone, mate. Yeah, it's boring.
This is the problem. This is what everyone feeds off of. When you've got people like Martin Keown that have played with proper players, and he's looking at this player calling him Supermendi. So now you've got the fan base feeding off of that, and they believe it. So what they do is they go by what people say rather than their eyes watching them actually play. And as for Saka, but the thing is, right, Jez, as for Saka, those stats there that Lee's just give you there, whether that's Saka, whether that's any player in any football team, that is not good enough. It is not good enough. Saka by now should be getting 15 goals a season minimum and at least a dozen assists, right? That's the levels he should be at now, considering where he started from and he's not improved. This is what I'm saying. I believe he's reached his ceiling. But can I just say one thing about this team? I've been told that this team won't get bullied. They've manned up now. Gone are the days where they go to stadiums and get bullied and get ruffled. Yeah, that's not Arsenal anymore. That's not this squad. That was the old squad. Well, they got Sunderland, got done. Chelsea got done. And I'll tell you now,
and
Aston
Liverpool.
Villa will be exactly the same.
And Liverpool. Let's just be real with it. Liverpool as well.
And out of Liverpool, Man City and Chelsea, as so-called free rivals for the Premiership, we've taken 2 points out of 9. We lost against Liverpool. We drew at home against City. And we drew away against Chelsea. 2 points out of 9. And they're our rivals for the Championship. By the way, Man City are 5 points behind us. And Chelsea is 6. Chelsea is 6. And I've been hearing, the league's done in January. We'll all be over by February. This is what I'm saying. Take it game by game. Keep your feet on the ground. Because no matter what players we have at this team, we've still got the same manager in the dugout. And I've got war wound. I've been wounded too many times with this manager. I'm sorry. I'm not getting excited. I'm not getting excited just yet. I'll have a look at the league table in March, April. I'll look at it then. I'll look at the FA Cup, Champions League then. Other than that, I'm not getting excited. And Jez will back me up on this. On the Old School show last week, I predicted a 2-1 Chelsea win.
You did. You did.
I didn't even. I had a bad feeling about this game. I had a really bad feeling about this game.
An Arsenal fan.
And then when I saw Chelsea play Barcelona, I thought it's not going to be a pretty game on Sunday. I just had a bad feeling about it because I've been there before with this team.
No, I hear you, man.
I personally think, with regard to Saka, after that injury, horrible injury sustained, I don't think he'll kick on any further.
No,
I think he's now I think you said it early, DJ. I think he's at his ceiling.
Yeah.
This is
Some players do, don't they? Some players do after an injury.
Yeah.
6 years straight he's been playing in the first team. Let's be real with it. 6 years of football.
There is a way out of this.
Sell him.
There is a way out of this.
Yeah, sell him.
No. There is a way out of this for us.
I'm joking.
Yeah, we're going on loan and putting him in there.
There is a way out of this, but I think we've got to be open-minded. If we stopped pinning him down to the right wing and tried him as a false number 9, there is a way. Because one thing about him, he's predominantly a goal scorer now anyway, regardless of being a right winger. He does go for goal. I think that if we played him in a Cole Palmer-ish position or played him a false number 9, that I'm convinced that he'll score more goals in that position than any of our strikers.
Just
Probably
rotating, Kenny. Even just a simple rotation, bench him.
Because
If it's
I'm
good enough for
convinced.
Haaland to get benched in
I don't
games,
think
then
he's
Salah
playing
to
his
get
right.
benched.
You know what? I know it's an awful thing to say, but I don't think. I do think that, mate, that's probably another way because, as you said, maybe if you play as a false number 9, you could play in short bursts. You don't have to go up and down and up and down. You can serve your energy. You're quick. I do think that perhaps a false number 9 will be it. In fact, I'm shocked that we haven't even thought of this.
Yeah, but
That's and that way we can see what he's like in a different position, and then he's, the goal ratio could go up. But in terms of what we're asking him to do, especially when he's come back from injury, we are going to get performances where it's going to be a miss. And then Madueke will be a very important player for us because Madueke will have to finish games off if he can't finish them.
But the manager won't do it, Kenny, because we see Odegaard drop off, and we were saying, why don't you change Odegaard up, play him in the 8? Get his mojo, get him out 10, play him in the 8. This manager won't do it. He'll just stick to what he knows. This is the problem. Definitely.
But if Saka was to go to another team, I'm convinced if Saka went to another team, say he went to one of the big teams in Europe, they'll play him there. They won't play him. They won't play him.
But if you compare Saka with Foden,
a false number 9, they'll all they'll Gareth Bale him and said, mate, anywhere you want, mate, just win me games.
But I'm not being funny. If we took our Arsenal hats off right now, and Pep's done it with Foden, Foden's had injuries, and Pep left him out the side, wouldn't play him, left him out the side. Now look at him. Foden looks absolutely back to how he was. Who would you have in the Arsenal team right now out of Foden and Saka? Do you know Foden's more effective?
Foden's banging his foot, but I think the thing with Saka is that, as I said before, there's a spine at this football club, and the manager get rid of that spine. And if that means that the spine are running empty, then so be it. Because tactically, 1, it serves him well, and 2, he doesn't have the confidence in other players to do it. He will only play those players if there's an injury. He's had to play the two South American lads. Sorry, Hispanic lads, because there was an injury to Saliba and because Gabriel's joining the long-term injured list. So that's it. But if they were both fit, and I use the term loosely, fit, and they were basically how do I say it, running empty. Even if they were in the red zone, he's still playing because of that spine. Arsene Wenger was very, very good at red zones. Not Mick Arteta ignores red zones because he has to win every game. The pressure on that manager is unflinching, unbearable, and he has to win the league. He knows that. There's probably pressure and tut-tuts from Berto as we speak, and there's definitely tut-tuts from us. He has to win something this season, and if it means running his best players in the ground, then so be it.
Kenny, the thing is though, right? When a manager, it doesn't matter whatever walk of life you're in, all of us in different points in time in our life, right? When you're not convinced or not sure, you do the same old thing. You revert to type.
Yes.
And that is exactly what Arteta did yesterday. He didn't know what to do. He didn't have what he wanted. So he reverted to type. And he's done it so many times. And he got caught out again. Now, what's he going to do Wednesday night? What's he going to do against Villa? Villa have hit a right purple patch here. Right?
He'll play the same team because simple reason is that he now knows from an energetic point of view, especially a game like Villa, he needs Declan Rice there.
He'll put Odegaard in. He'll drop Eze to the left or drop him totally.
He needs Odegaard to start.
Odegaard actually done all right when he came on.
Yeah, but he's bottled out of a challenge.
Well, shock. That's Odegaard. He's got a World Cup to look forward to. Wait till January, Kenny. They'll be doing it every week.
Yeah, but the fact is that if you think about Declan Rice, from an energy point of view, he knows that Villa, McGinn is going to be a nuisance and he knows, but Wendy is going to be a nuisance. And remember, they got Tielemans back as well.
Yep, Tielemans, Rogers. They got
Rogers,
Manana.
They're all going to be.
They haven't lost in ages, Villa.
Yeah, but they're all going to be a
No,
pain.
they were
in the
going to
arse.
get relegated after 4 games. Apparently,
my
Unai's
God.
washed.
Yeah.
Now they're third, or fourth.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Good one.
Arsenal needs to be prepared for a physical battle.
Another one.
They've got
And
to
if they beat us, they'll only be 3 points behind us.
Yeah, exactly.
Assuming we both win our games before that.
But if they beat us, it's because they're better, because they did the basics better, and we just have to be prepared for that. We've had it easy for quite a bit of time. Some of the Tottenham game was pathetic. They're pathetic. They're pitiful, feeble-minded, feeble in the field. Their players didn't know what to do. Their manager just thought, oh, you know what, hit and miss. The only passion came from their fans, and even then, after 3-0, they went home.
But
So
his post-match reaction again, what he was saying in his post-match, he said, "I was without my number 9, Kai Havertz. I didn't have my number 9, Kai Havertz."
Sometimes he's moaning about injuries. We've got.
That's saying a lot for Gorka, isn't it?
He's also said this is what they don't do. Exactly. This is what these fucking journalists don't do, though, right? He openly sat in a press conference a couple of weeks back and said, "This is the best squad I've ever managed." So we don't want to hear about 29.
Yeah, but the thing about it, Lee, it still is the best squad he ever managed. But the problem is that he's got to remember.
He also mentioned no injury.
To the English League, you have to deal. Teams are allowed to give you an hard game. Teams are allowed to get amongst you, and you need to be able to prepare for that. We haven't prepared for teams that get on the ball, that work our defence, and then get in amongst us. We've been used to having it too easy, but he needs to get his game on, because guess what? There's a blueprint to play against us and a blueprint to beat us. And Sunderland, the only team that got the nuts to do it. Other teams like Crystal Palace, good talkers. Then they left their nuts. They left their nuts in probably in next door's table, because they didn't show any nuts against us. I hate to say it, and kids, you're watching it, close your ears. They're pussies against us.
Yep. Yeah. Well, let's listen to this quote from Arteta. When we lost to West Ham last season, he said, "I'm not using this injuries as an excuse. We lost fair and square, basically." And I'm paraphrasing because he won't let me fucking read all the way down on that article. Yeah, but it says Mikel Arteta refuses to blame injuries for losing to West Ham. So why is he fucking blaming injuries for drawing with fucking Chelsea yesterday then?
Well, there you go.
And
this is it, and that'd be what it is. Yeah, every year they do the same shit. He sits in a press conference, he says one thing, then it don't happen in the game, then he comes out and says something completely different, and they never, ever challenge him on it. Yeah, he reverted back to type yesterday. Yeah, and even with 10 men, he didn't bother trying to just throw the fucking kitchen sink at it. Yeah, he should have done it. Yeah, because if we beat them yesterday, that's 9 points. Bye, Chelsea. See ya. Yeah, bye-bye. 7 clear at the top of the league. Bye-bye.
He bottled it because he put Marino back in midfield. He bottled it again. And this is what he does with titles. And this is what he does. We all keep saying it. When he's under pressure, when it comes to the nitty-gritty and that in-game management, that vital moment where you need to get it by the scruff of the neck and go and win the game, he bottles it.
Yep.
That's why he brought Marino back in midfield, to tighten it all up, because he knew Chelsea was better on the counter than what we were. And he was frightened of coming out of there with nothing.
And then midfield was dominating.
And this is what he does. And this is what he done against PSG. This is what he does against Newcastle. This is what he does. And I keep saying it, in big moments, in those fine moments, those 10, 15 minutes when you've got to get over the line, he bottles it and makes the wrong decision. And he's done it again on Sunday. And that's what scares me. And before I get out of here, that's why I'm worried going forward. And I'm not getting excited yet.
No, absolutely spot on. And as for we had both our centre backs out, whoopee do. We've done £1 billion on a squad. Who cares? Yeah, everyone's gassed up this Mosquera. Everyone's gassed up in Capia. Yeah, so what's the issue? Okay, let me ask Curtis this in the chat, yeah, because I know DJ's got to go. Yeah, let me ask Curtis this: who would you rather have at centre back? Yeah, as a pairing. Their two or our two? Chalobah and Fofana, yeah, or Nkapia and Mosquera. Who would you rather? Fofana played great yesterday, by the way. Yeah, they are our backups until they become the main, which is why you shouldn't be gassing up a top squad. Because when we have to use them, we find out that they're not that great then, don't we? Yeah, and this is why when people don't watch other leagues and they gas up these players that come in from other leagues, Bundesliga, Italy, Spain, everywhere else, they've never watched them, they hype them up and go, oh, well, they're backup players, they're good squad players. Yeah, but when the squad players become the first team players because of injuries, then you realise they're not as good as you made them out to be. Yeah, and that is why I don't gas up transfer windows as 9 out of 10. I rated that window a 4 out of 10. Yeah, so we can use the excuse they're our backups. No, they were our first choice yesterday. DJ, I know you got to go, mate.
Yeah, big up
bless
to
for jumping
everyone.
on, man.
Arsenal huddle. I'm on with Aaron later on the OGs, and Kenny, always a pleasure. Jez, always a pleasure. Lee, thank you very much, my friend. I've really enjoyed letting off some facts and steam here tonight. And keep your feet on the ground, people. There's a long way to go. It's Arsenal Football Club. Big up to everyone.
Have a nice evening, brother.
Love to you all. Big up the chat. Stay safe. Big up everyone. Cheers, take care. Bye, guys.
Bye, but this is the thing that winds me up here. Like Fofana walked straight into that team yesterday for us. Yeah, but if we was to do a combined 11, right, out of their squad yesterday, or their starting 11 yesterday, and our starting 11, how many of their players would our fans put in our from their team into ours? They'd probably go with Caicedo over Zubimendi, maybe. That's probably one. And I say maybe because they've hyped him up to the moon, Zubimendi. Yeah, but Caicedo walked straight in that team. Yeah, I'd probably I would put Cucurella in over Calafiori, even though Calafiori's played well this season. I'll put Cucurella straight in there.
Cucurella's been best left back in the league.
Yeah, I agree with that. On form, yeah, this season and last season.
Well,
yeah,
since the Euros, there hasn't been a better left back in the league.
Reece James, they go, now he's too injury prone. Yeah, but we can all talk after the event now, and he was outstanding, best player on the pitch. Yeah, but before the event, nobody's putting Reece James in that team.
Lee, can I just cut him for 2 seconds? You see how Reece James they bigged up Trent Alexander-Arnold for all his attacking prowess and making those passes. Reece James was doing that all game.
Reece James, if he stays fit, is the best right back stroke midfielder. Yeah, obviously he's playing midfielder, but he's the best right back in the league when he's fit.
He's fit anyway. But the problem is with Reece James is that you'll probably get the best out of Reece James in that sort of like in that midfield, because if you play him and you expect him to go up and down, that's probably where he's doing his
injuries. Yeah,
which is
credit to their manager for doing that. Yeah, because he said, no, I need this guy fit.
It's been good for him though. He's had a good couple of years for him, so it's no brainer. You know, getting Malo Gusto and on the right hand side of the fence and saying Reece James, invert. Great, you know what I mean?
Yeah, this comment, big up Curtis, bruv. Yeah, they worked well together if they get time. Well, they could have had time because we were slapping Tottenham. Yeah, we were slapping Bayern. Yeah, we were slapping up other teams this season. They've been available. Yeah, why didn't we throw them on? Why didn't we sub both of our centre backs off? Yeah, we could have played these two together and given them minutes. Not only that, we could have played them in an under-21s game together. Yeah, just to get some fucking some cohesion together. Yeah, instead we've thrown them in together because we had to yesterday, and now that's being used as an excuse as to why we didn't win. It weren't their fault we didn't win.
Yeah, but you know what? It's football people who watch the game will know they'll fine. Their position was great. They attacked the ball.
Mascara was the worst of the two. Yeah, and I wouldn't say they were great, but
you know what's happening?
Got better the longer the game went.
Yeah, but as a pairing, there was nothing. They didn't do anything wrong. The fullbacks were fine. As a four, as a unit, that was fine. The fact is that we lost the midfield battle.
Facts.
And let me tell you something now. When we had Saliba and Gabriel at Sunderland, we lost some of the limit. There were parts of the game we lost the midfield battle as well when we had them on. So to say that we struggled without defenders, well, not at all. You can have the best defenders and the best back four. If your midfield are getting overrun, then you're going to get more work to do. It's as simple as.
We had that centre-back pairing for nearly the whole season last season, and Liverpool walked the league.
Yeah, but the reason why our midfield defence looked $1 million because our midfield wins the midfield battle. Denton Rice runs, Zubimendi works hard, and then what's happened is that number 8, normally it was Odegaard or Eze, they're pressing. as I said before, if football's a domino effect, your defence is as good as the goalkeeper behind you because he organises you, and then the defence organises the midfield, and the midfield have to work hard so the defence don't have anything to do, and the forwards have to hold the ball up. It's a domino effect, football. And that's the thing.
And your team is as good as your weakest link, and our weakest link, yesterday was Zubimendi.
Every part of your spine has to work well for you to do well in a football match. But there's going to be games when other teams' spines are just going to be good as you and put you under pressure. And that's what happened yesterday. We had you know what it's called? A football match, a competitive football match. And we were lucky to get a point.
No, let's just be real with it. Facts. Big up Scotty for the super chat. In the last 3 seasons, Arsenal were dominating the other big 6 sides and slapping and slipping up, against lower teams. This season seems to be the opposite. Yeah, it does. Do you know the one thing I'll say though? Yeah, I said this when we was beating these top 6 sides. Yeah, just because you beat the top 6 sides, don't mean you're going to go and win the league. It's a good record to have. Whoopee! We're undefeated for 3 years against the top sides. Yeah, cool. What about Fulham, Newcastle, West Ham? Yeah, this season we've drawn with Chelsea and Man City. We've lost to Liverpool. Yeah, and we beat Spurs and we beat Man United. Oh well, cool. Yeah, we're still only 5 clear. Yeah, we've seen us slap up these other teams before. Yeah, and go 8 clear and still not win it. Yeah, and this is the thing, right? When you look at the Premier League table, the team that are currently in second, have already lost 4 games. Man City. So it's all well and good we've only lost 1 game, and that is good. Yeah, we've got we've got a +3 goal difference on them. Right? But it is only 5 points. When people are out here declaring that we're going to walk this league and it's going to be great, I said, somebody asked me, I think it was on Lewis's channel the other day. He said, so right now, do you think Arsenal will win the league? I said, based on the right now, yes. However, ask me again after the game. Ask me again in 3 games' time. Ask me again in 5 games' time. Because as it stands, yes, we're clear. And I predicted we'd slap Chelsea. What was I thinking? Yeah, but at the same time, when you see, like Kenny just said, the spine of your team, right? The spine, them 2 centre-backs, Gabby and Saliba, they're probably the best 2 centre-back pairing in the world. They probably are. Let's just be real with it, right? But you should be able to cope without them being in the team if your squad is as good as everyone keeps rating it. Yeah, you've got pundits out here, sucking Arsenal off every day for clicks. Yeah, you've got YouTubers out here that don't support our club, sucking us off for clicks. So everyone's gassed us up to having a great squad, dominating. Our path is clear. Champions win. Champions elect. I don't want to hear fuck all about the squad then. Yeah, so if we go into the next game against Brentford and the game against Villa without them 2 centre-backs again, I don't want to hear no chat. I don't want to hear it. We've been told that was a 9 out of 10 winner. All these pundits are making out we're great, apart from Jamie O'Hara. Yeah. Other than that, everyone's making out we're brilliant. Yeah. Everyone's saying that we've got the best squad. Everyone's saying that we've got the best players in every position pretty much. Everyone's saying that he's learned. Yeah. And everyone's saying we're going to walk the league. I don't want to hear no fucking excuses then. Because we've been sat here telling everyone the squad ain't as good as you think it is. Yeah, as soon as Rice gets injured, which he will at some point this season, fingers crossed he don't, but he will. Then what the fuck are we doing? Because we ain't got no one in that team like him. Not only that, why ain't Norgard been getting any game time? Because at some point we're going to need him in midfield because somebody else will get injured. And that would be 2 injuries in midfield at the same time. And that would be Marino, and fucking Norgard in midfield. Well, why haven't they been getting time together then? Just to build up a bit of cohesion. Yeah, this way you work your squad.
Marino must never. From now on, Marino must never play midfield. There's only one place I want him playing is where he plays currently. I don't want it because the only time he pleases me and pleases me straight, impresses me is up top. After me, when I watch him in as a false number 9, he hasn't let me down.
His movement is actually really good. Look at his movement for that goal yesterday. He stood right in between the 2 centre backs, moved back a bit, and then darted forward goal.
You know what he does, right? You know what they say to you, right? What they say to you, whenever the cross comes in, stay still.
Yep.
Stay still. Let them panic. Stay still, and then react. react when the ball comes, then you react. But you've got to stay still, and that's what he did when the cross came in. He just stood still.
Stood still, dropped his shoulder back to see whether Saka was going to curl it back. Cut it back, and as soon as he realised, just started in goal.
But you know when I knew that this guy could play. You know when I knew this guy could play up top, and he's a good finisher. Was Leicester away? Both his goals kept still when those crosses went in.
And people were saying to me yesterday in the chat, "Oh, we missed Trossard yesterday." No, we didn't. This is the same Trossard that no fucker wanted at the club in the summer. Yeah, all these excuses. Yeah, all these excuses. I'm not hearing it. Yeah, we were awful yesterday. Yeah, the players have to have a look at themselves, and that manager has to have a look at himself. Yeah, and yes, we have only lost one game in all competitions, 20 games, one loss, whatever it is. But at the same time, yeah, he better fucking win this league. He better win this league. Yeah, because if he don't, I won't have to say anything. Yeah, because all these people that hyped everything up, yeah, will be the ones saying it. There'll still be a certain section that will gas him up no matter what. Oh, but the injuries killed us. No, but you said we've got the best squad. So if we've got the best squad, we've got 2 players for every position they told us. Cool. Well, now we've had to use 2 different players at centre back. All of a sudden, that's an issue. Why? All of a sudden, we have to put Martinelli in there because Trossard's injured. Now that's a problem. Why? I don't get it. It's not an issue for me. This squad is good enough to go and win that title. Yeah. I can say that. You guys will probably agree. Then most of the chat will probably agree. Yeah. And I've been wanting this guy gone since before he got it. That squad is good enough to win the title. Yeah. But is the manager? We're going to find out this season.
The thing is, Lee, I think this comes back to what I was trying to say earlier. Right. I agree with what you've just said. You know, he was the one that said this before the summer window. He wanted a bigger squad. He knew he got caught out last season with not a big enough squad. Injuries, blah, 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 and all that, right? Right now, it's all down to his tactical arrangement of the games that we play. And he got caught out yesterday. And yet I haven't seen all the positive fans shouting about yesterday. I haven't seen it. You know, all I've seen is Chelsea fans coming out of the woodwork like they do, yeah, every now and again. The fact that they're the best team in London, they've won more than Arsenal and all this bullshit. Well, okay, whatever. Who gives a shit, right? At the end of the day, it's now down to Mikel to actually prove what he can do, what he knows, and how he can do it. Because it's always funny to me that when Arsenal don't deliver the goods, these Arteta-inners go all quiet. They disappear. I'll guarantee you this. I will fucking guarantee you, right? I'd have a bet with you for £1,000, right? That come Wednesday night, if Arsenal beat Brentford, they'll all be out again.
Yeah.
The flags will be out, the bunting will be up, all around the reverts, right? It's all there again. Yeah, put the bunting up early, boys. We're going to have the bus parade. Yeah. This is what makes me laugh about Arsenal fans, modern Arsenal fans, right? They just celebrate for what? Why are you doing it? All you're doing is making yourself look a complete knob.
And they never learn, Jez, because at the end of the season, when we win fuck all, they look a dickhead again. Yeah, somebody in the chat earlier, I can't remember who it was, put a comment in ages back, about half hour, 40 minutes ago, or whatever, saying these fans always look for a positive in a loss or a draw. So why can't we look for a negative in a win? Yeah, true though, isn't it? Because if we sit there and say, well, listen, we won the game, obviously not this game because we didn't, but we won the game, but I thought this player was rubbish, like Skelly against Bayern, for example. You know, when he played against Bayern the other day, yeah, I thought he was awful. Yeah, and then Calafiori comes on and he was outstanding. Yeah, but we won the game. But why can't you just be happy? Why can't you just be happy? Yeah, no, because he was crap, mate. And then he was crap when he came on yesterday.
Modern football, Lee. It's modern football, though. That's the thing. Got to remember the thing about it is that what sells is because if you think about it, when you go on a YouTube channel and you've got one, you'll have video, life, and shorts.
Yep.
People's attention spans are only going to be for the shorts, not for the video.
Yep.
Unless you've got a whole day to yourself. The lives, when you're working, of course you watch it, but the shorts is what sells.
That's why I don't
10
bother doing them.
10 minutes, because the reason why is that people do the shorts is because that people only listen to the shorts. So, for instance,
Yeah.
Right now, I was had an argument with an Arsenal fan after the match. It was an argument. It was a frank discussion. I don't have arguments. I love arguments. I call them frank discussions. I called out Saka, and he went, "But he did assist," and he put across it. I said, "No, bro, man, no, bro.
No, this is the
You watch
mentality.
the game. Come on, let's do
But he
better."
got an assist and fucking what?
No, but the thing about it is that when I said no, when I actually said no, I'm not. You're wrong. Watch the game. They went in retreat, and I know deep down.
Well, I wouldn't argue with you either, Kenny. Look at the size here.
No, but the fact is, the fact is, it's not personal. But that's what we seem to do. Like the Mesut Ozil kind of conundrum or the enigma was. We'd be calling out his performances. We'd be calling out what he did in 90 minutes, and you'll have his acolytes. Will say, "Oh yeah, but he had a assist." The only reason why we can't these ridiculous stats about GA or GS or HDT and all that is because of Mesut Ozil. It's because people are trying to educate us about the utility of Mesut Ozil because we couldn't see it.
Yeah, and if we couldn't see what you're doing, you don't know football.
Yeah,
you don't know ball, mate.
But 10 years down the line, that's what we're getting now. We get that with Martin Odegaard and we get that with Saka.
Get it with every player, Kenny. When I put this stinker and dog tweets out, the first comment will be, "But you got an assist."
Yeah.
And what?
But that is the situation. That's how a lot of these analysts or football people, and I use the term loosely. That's how they worm themselves in.
Big up to Nelson in the chat. Without the assist, we don't score though. Cool. Blame your manager. Yeah, that's his first assist in a calendar year in the Premier League. Exactly 1 year yesterday. Yeah, 1 year. That was a 1 year anniversary. He got an assist. Yeah, his last assist was against West Ham last year, 30th of November, 5-2. He got 3 in that game and 1 goal, 4 GA in 1 game. Since then, he's had 5 GA in a calendar year. Star boy, yeah, 300 grand a week he's going to get paid soon. Yeah, good one. Yeah, good one. Yeah, and let me grab these super chats real quick. Even Slot dropped Salah at the weekend. Big up Dylan. Big up Dylan, bro. Sorry, that's been there for a while, mate. I hope you're still here, brother. But yeah, he did drop him at the weekend. No coincidence he dropped him and you won a game. Shock. Almost like he's the problem that I kept telling everyone he was. Yeah, because again, another one that's stat pads and everyone goes, "But he got an assist, he got a goal." The guy's not good, bro. Yeah, he's holding your team back. Yeah, last season, cool. Loads of goals, loads of assists. Yeah, some great performances. You won the league. This season, he should have been dropped from time ago. Yeah, should have binned him in the summer. Oh, no, but we can't. As soon as he got that 400 grand a week, the guy couldn't give a shit. Mad. Big up to Harry as well. That Reece James performance was world class. He was outstanding, mate. I can't lie. Yeah, absolutely dominated that midfield yesterday. Yeah, he was just a pest. He was a nuisance. He was throwing players on the floor. Yeah, he was tackling, barging people out the way. Like, it's quite a good performance, man.
It's a Chelsea Arsenal game. You know what? You know how we get our own back. We'd do the same to them on the 28th of February or the 29th of February because the game's probably going to be a Sunday. We'd do to them. Who knows? Because right now, I was watching a lot of Chelsea fan TV, and I know you watch this, Lewis, and you know I love you. I'm holding you everything you said in your fan cam. I'm holding you to account because after what you said, you better be in a title race come the 28th or 29th of February because you said a lot and you said about how you insinuating that we ain't all that and that you've got virtually the best squad and that you're now ready to challenge. I'm holding to that. To you Chelsea boys and you fans, come and try it in Islington.
Yeah, they got weighed in last year, 5-0, wasn't it?
Try it in Islington.
But they're better now. Big up Mega for the gifted membership as well. AJT21 Gunner got it. So yeah, bless up. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. I want to read these out as well. Big Big up Law. Can you blame Arteta? Yes, he's the manager. The squad he put out was good enough to win. It's on the players. It's also on the manager. Yeah, the manager dictates what the players do. He micromanages every fucking kick.
Yeah.
Not only that, he also can change the formations. Yeah, he can change the personnel, which he did. Yeah, but then if you look here, Odegaard was pretty good when he came on in terms of trying to get players up the pitch. He's calling players up the pitch. He's trying to press. But then after the time he got the ball, he was where fucking Zubimendi should have been. Obviously, Zubimendi was off the pitch at that point, but that's the Zubimendi role, right? He was picking the ball up off the centre backs. And I'm like, we don't want you there, mate. We want you up there. Yeah, but he was trying to drive forward. He was trying to get us up the pitch, but he should have put 2 up front. Gyökeres should have gone up front with Marino. That's what he should have done. Yeah, and he should have gambled on it. And if we took the chance and we lost, oh well, at least he threw everything at it. Instead, he fumbled, yeah, and we dropped 2 points to 10 men. Yeah, the one thing I will say though, yeah, is the way everyone is saying that Chelsea were outstanding in terms of they did great to get a draw with 10 men. They were great to get a draw with 10 men. Really? They were leading the fucking game. Yeah, the same as we were leading the game against Man City last season with 10 men. Yeah, and then fumbled in stoppage time. And look at the difference then from everyone's fucking view on that game. Oh, we bottled it. Arsenal bottled it. Why didn't Chelsea bottle it yesterday then? Why didn't Chelsea bottle it yesterday then? Same shit, right? The way they've gassed up Chelsea yesterday is fucking crazy. Yeah, they were good. Yeah, on another day, they go on and win it. Yeah, but on another day, we change our fucking forwards and we go out and win it. Yeah, it was a fair result. Yeah, that Man City game last season where we did that dirty low block with 10 men, then Jack Grealish took a quick corner and they scored. Yeah, look at the fallout after that. Arsenal bottled it. Arsenal was shit. Arsenal were crap. Arsenal were scared. Arsenal were this. Arsenal were that. Well, we were winning that game, then bottled it. Chelsea were winning that game, then bottled it. What's the difference? Same shit. Why are they gassing up Chelsea? Why? They dropped 2 points at home. I don't care if they got 10 men. How many times have we won games there under Wenger? Yeah, or just in general with 10 men? We'd actually play better with Wenger with 10 men. When Ashley Cole gets sent off, or Vieira got sent off, or Petit, or whatever it was, we go, yeah, that's galvanised us now, and then we're going to win the game. You can win with 10 men. True. Yeah, I see yesterday. Yeah, what team was it yesterday? Fucking Monaco. Monaco at the weekend had 10 men. Yeah, they had 10 men. They beat PSG. They beat PSG with 10 men. How? I thought that was illegal. You can't win the game.
I've said this before, right? It's all down to the manager's tactics. He is not a good tactician, right? I mean, yesterday watching it, I mean, I find it absolutely embarrassing. I've never seen any other manager in the Premier League, or actually in Europe. Not that I watch a lot of European games, I only watch the Champions League where Arsenal are in it. He's there all the time, dictating. He's like a new Mussolini. You know what I mean? Just guys, play for fuck's sake, man.
And when he lets them play, we're going bang by Munich and Spurs.
Yeah, but this has been going on now for 6 bloody seasons, right? I mean, it's embarrassing. Yeah, he sits there. You see the other managers; they're sat on the bench, right? Yeah, they've set the team up. They know what they got to do. Yes, the manager might get up and tweak it. I swear down, Arteta must be absolutely knackered after a game. He must have won the same amount of yards as the players.
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
But he definitely runs more than Zubimendi because he's a fucking statue, mate.
You know, if I was Andre Berta, right, I'd be coming down them steps, grabbing him round the throat, and say, "Go and shut the fuck up and sit down. Just let them play."
No, but
and they did have 10 men for 10 minutes, mate. Yeah, PSG are the European champions. You're telling me in 10 minutes they can't score a goal? They scored 3 in 5 minutes the other day against Spurs.
I won't lie, man. Jez, you got a great point because yesterday he did. You know when there was a break in. Well, there was loads of. I mean, I got to talk about like the injury time. In both halves, it's a bloody joke.
All right, I was at 4 minutes, Kenny, in the second half.
Look, second half. No, the first half even was. How is it
5
minutes injury time when Casado and Marino were getting treatment? I don't know why Casado needed treatment. Now, at first,
that was an Oscar-winning performance, that, mate. I'll tell you.
but I
And then,
don't know how
he was
you
going,
did
me?
treatment.
What, me getting sent off?
Yeah,
You, mate.
But the thing about it, in the grand, we didn't see the sack. We didn't see, we knew it was naughty, but we thought that Marino got a bit of him. But both of them got treatment, and then it took a lot. Then Taylor had to go to the monitor. We should have at least had 10 minutes injury time. How comes we
We
only
were
had
saying
5?
that on the stream, yeah. We was going about 9, 10 minutes.
And then yesterday we should have had 6 or 7 minutes injury time, and we only had 4. It's a joke.
But you know what? I say this all the time, right? Watch on Monday Night Football. When Monday Night Football's on, there'll always be some fucking drama. Yeah, there'll be a 9-minute stoppage time on a Monday night.
No, there's no Monday Night Football. It's Birmingham versus Watford. But
no, but in general, I mean,
Lee, we got a Premiership program tomorrow, Wednesday, and one game on Thursday. Of course, which game is the glamour game on Thursday? Any game involving Man United.
And guess what? Watch the drama in that game, Kenny. Watch the drama in that game. That's the only Premier League game on that.
Yes, there'll be a bit of drama.
There'll be a mad drama. There'll be about 9-minute stoppage time in the second half. There'll be fucking penalty reviews everywhere. Yeah, there'll be fucking everything kicking off. They do the same on Super Sunday. The Super Sunday last game, there is always something kicking off. There's always a drama.
Our game was
exactly.
the last game.
That's what I'm saying. Same with Friday Night Football. When there's Friday Night Football, there's always a drama. The last game of the day, the Premier League have to highlight it. So now the whole world is talking about the drama that's happening in the Premier League. So that's more eyes on the Premier League, takes it away from the other leagues. Yeah, it's all done by design. Yeah, let's be real with it, right? They knew that was a fucking straight red card. They knew that was a straight red card. Why did it take 4 minutes? Yeah, and then go jogging off to the camera.
Taylor did not want to send. Taylor wanted to keep.
He was a shambles yesterday. That fucking ref, mate. He was awful.
Yeah, but you know what it was.
For both
when
teams.
we were in the away end, I was saying to the guy next to me, two guys next to me, I said, right, you watch. He's going to level it up. He's going to because the minute a Chelsea player went down and did the dying swan act, it was yellow card for our players. I'm not saying I'll say we've seen it many times in football where referees level things up because they feel like they spoilt the game, so they're going to think, right, I need to get it 10v10. I have to. He was desperate to.
Do you know what's funny as well, Kenny? Right? There was one where the lino was looking straight at Timber and Cucurella. Yeah, Cucurella wiped out Timber. I think it was Caicedo. I think shoulder barged him. It was more than a shoulder barge. Yeah, launched him on the floor. No attempt to play the ball. The lino was looking 5 foot away from him. Play on. Timber's sitting there going like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, Caicedo should have been booked before he got that. Anyway.
Yeah, but do you remember that time when Chalobah went for an header? He came off worse. Capia, and Chelsea were desperate to level it up and get him sent off.
That weren't even a yellow card.
And a ref, you know, did you see Maresca go like a stunned beat?
It shouldn't have even been booked. How'd you jump without your arms? Well, you're just going to jump like that?
Yeah, but that's the thing.
I did that once.
It's impossible to do it like that. But
you're going to use your arms for leverage. He didn't deliberately fucking go for it.
You know,
man, you got to use your wings.
And he never actually elbowed him. It was coming together.
Yeah, but on my Instagram story, I actually put, when Mariska was, chucking it. I just said, mate, because his name's Enzo, but I call him Vinny. Vinny, mate, come on, man. Taylor was trying to level things up, 100%. And your boys were assisting him by impersonating dying swans. I mean, Fernandez.
They were shambolic. That Enzo Fernandez, I can't stand that guy. Yeah,
I mean, the guy. How many dying swan acts did Fernandez perform?
Yeah. Did you see when he was giving it to Raya? What are you giving it to Raya? The ball was up the other end. What are you fucking standing there having it with Raya? What are you going to do? Then he was going, I'll meet you out in the dressing room and all that bullshit. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Bring Garnacho as backup? Fuck off. Get up here, man.
Can I just interact there? Right.
Yeah, so we got a yellow card for standing still and Reece James running into him.
I mean, I think Nelson in your chat is getting confused between football and rugby on a Sunday league. because there's no way any referee even on the lowest level on a Sunday league would not give that a serious foul play. That's a leg, that's an ankle break, a possible break or snap of your Achilles tendon, which is a career-ending tackle at the worst. So Nelson, I don't understand what you're talking about, mate. You must be talking about rugby here, because that's nonsensical to make that statement. You never, ever, ever will get away with going in your stud showing on somebody's ankle or shin or that point. You that's a potential leg break.
Yeah, didn't we see something? Jess, didn't we see something a few weeks ago? Was it 3 weeks ago? At the at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, when Bentancur went on. I think it was who did he? It was it's against Chelsea, and he went in on he stamped on who was it? Which player was it? Was it Casado?
I don't know.
He definitely
Might have been
stamped.
Casado, yeah.
And then the referee at the time just said it's a fierce London derby, crack on.
Yeah, I think this is the thing.
This is the point I said.
Let me land this. I need to go piss quickly. Sorry, Jezza. This is what pisses me off. Doesn't matter what the fucking game is. Play to the law of the game. Yeah. Oh, but we can't send him off this early. Well, if it's a red card, you send him off. Doesn't matter whether it's the first minute or 90th. Yeah. Just because it's a London derby, don't mean it's any different to any other game of football. The law is the law.
Yeah.
Yeah. All this bullshit about London derby. I'll shut up now. I'm going piss.
Do you remember a certain Liverpool player, right?
Yeah.
8 years ago, came on as a substitute.
Oh, Gerrard.
And he was sent off within a minute.
That's right, because he went on a nanny, innit? He went for nanny.
Yeah, and he got sent off within a minute.
Yeah.
Coming on.
That's right. It was Gerrard. It was against Man United, and he was in his. I think it was his last season at Liverpool, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And he got sent.
And he sent for Nani, because I think he was probably annoyed that he was a sub. Yeah, and he got. Yeah, that's right. Because it was like he snatched him in half.
Yeah, damn near. But the thing is, somebody's made a comment here. Laurie AC. Nah, Jez, Sunday League refs are crap. Probably wouldn't even be. Oh, I've lost it now. Where's it gone? Hang on. Let me come down. Probably wouldn't even be on position to see the foul. Now that's not right, because I can tell you now, I started on Sunday League, right? And Hackney Marshes, mates, where I started. And I saw some rough old football, Kenny. You know this crack, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean? You're playing farmers against farmers down there. And
they're all shot putters down there, innit?
Yeah, I mean, dear God Almighty, I agree. But I'll be honest with you, most referees, 90% of referees they know the laws, they know what they're doing. Yes, they may not be the fittest, they may not always keep up with play, and they haven't got proper linos, because you've got some substitute there, right, who don't want to be a lino, right, but he's got to be, because there ain't nobody else. And I've been there, seen it, done it, mate. I was there. But at the end of the day, no referee's going to let that go.
Well, you see, I think that's the thing. Where we were sitting, all we saw is that we thought, bloody hell, the way Casado went down, Marino went down immediately and now held his leg. And I thought, oh my God, has Casado done his knee? Because I thought, and then all of a sudden, there was a buzz of excitement, because it was a case where a big screen came up and they said, check, referee's got to check for possible red cards, serious foul play. And the excitement went up in our ground. And then, as soon as Anthony Taylor went to the big screen, we just knew he was going off. And then the buzz when we heard that, dulcet Mancunian tones just say serious foul play, we generally thought we were going to win the game comfortably.
Yeah.
But we didn't. Chelsea didn't read the script. Basically, they said, what, business as usual. Just tweaked it a bit. I thought, Maresca was very impressed me with his tactics. taking off,
He weren't a pussy like he was at Old Trafford the other week.
Yeah, but you see what he did, where he knew Pedro wouldn't run the lines and he wouldn't run those channels, so he got Liam Delap to run those channels and get our back full working,
and got Garnacho on.
Got Garnacho on
because took off the shit Brazilian.
Because he just basically said, right, Neto, you run what's it, Mars Lewis Skelly, because of what happened against Bayern Munich, and he said, Garnacho, just have some fun out there, just you
may link up with the lap out on that side, that occupied them, and then Neto can weave around on this side.
Because that's what it did. That's why we weren't able to control the game. That's why he put Odegaard in the game, because he wanted Odegaard getting the ball. Because there was no one on the ball, because Chelsea were just diagonal, which David Fools what to do every time. I have to say, Fofana was absolutely brilliant.
Him and Reece James were their best two players.
He won everything in the air, and when he got the ball out, he always found a shirt. And Chalobah was $100 million.
I think it's quite interesting, and there's some very good comments in the chat about refereeing. I get it. I understand what you're saying, that referees at lower levels aren't always on the case. I understand that. Of course, I've been there myself. But what we're talking about here are professional footballers, right? Collini, what a great referee he was. But the fact remains, these are professional footballers. They know the laws of the game. They know their limits, what they can do. And we've got professional, dare I say it, referees, Lee and Kenny. These are professional referees. They're under £100,000 a year minimum. Minimum. Right? If they're a FIFA ref, right, then they're on more money than that, and they're on match bonus when they go to international games. So these guys,
Champions League games, international group stage for the Nations League.
Do you know, right? A FIFA referee, if they wherever part of the world you come from, a World Cup, you get 50 grand.
Fucking hell.
You might referee 2 games.
And you're being put up in a top plush hotel, flown out of VIP.
Yeah, private.
Easy life, isn't it? Easy life. And all you got to do is say, I didn't see it. VAR intervene.
You've got all the security, right? Whatever hope they don't stay in hotels anywhere near where they're actually going to ref.
Yeah, I know. I hear that.
500 miles away for security, right? So, these people. I mean, this is what amazes me, right? Yesterday, absolutely amazed me. And before I shut up on this one, I love watching referees. And that guy, Anthony Taylor, yesterday, right, brings out a yellow card. He knew VAR.
He did know.
He knew that was going to go to the monitor.
And he knew it was a straight red as well, Jez. He should be fined for that.
Why make the drama, right? Why make the drama? Because at the end of the day, you just get the red card out your top pocket and go, there you go, red card, get off.
Yeah, and if they VAR intervene and say, no, it's not a red card, fair enough.
Stick with it. No.
What I'm saying is, if it wasn't a red card challenge, Jez, obviously that one was. I'm saying if it wasn't a red card,
it's funny
he's given a red card.
No, if the referee let's put it right. This is what winds me up, right? If that referee makes the decision it's a red card, right, and says you're off, go down. You're now in the changing room. See you later. You're not coming back out. You're not coming to sit on the bench or anything, which is what should happen, right? If that referee makes the decision, says it's a risk, in my opinion, I'm the referee, I'm in charge of the game, it's a red card. And if VAR turn around and say, well, actually, maybe it's not, fuck them, because you are right.
Yeah, but that's but that only happened. But Joyce, do you remember yesterday? There was a game. I think there was a game because I watched the match today. There was a game where a similar situation. I think it was Villa versus Wolves, and Chris Kavanagh was told to go to the monitor to check for a serious foul play, and he basically said he looked at it. He said, "Right, it was isn't serious foul play. It's only a yellow card." But he was told, he was recommended to take. So he has disagreed. I know Oliver's done it once, but it didn't escape my attention. That when I'm at Stamford Bridge, it's the whole day out. Even though I was there about nearly 2 hours. Was it Kickoff finished at 6:15. I'm still there at 9 o'clock. You know, mingling with all the posh guests. Who ran past me with his permatan? Andre Mariner, the referee.
Andre Mariner. Wow.
Andre Mariner. I couldn't wait. I felt like saying, Andre, what are you doing? Oh yeah, he was part of the drama as well. Andre Mariner.
Mm.
No, he got me on the subject now, Kenny. Right?
Yeah.
Nelson, you just put in there the most stupid comment.
Nelson's on him again.
In Sunday League, it ain't a red card. Sorry,
Sunday League.
Sorry, mate. What's the difference between the Sunday League and the Premier League? You're still playing to the laws of the game. It's the same laws for a professional footballer, right? It's the same law for kids of 14 and above.
The difference is they don't have VAR to fucking overrule shit.
Exactly.
It's the only difference.
Oh, I mean,
so referees might not have given that as a red card in Sunday League.
Let me just land this, Lee. Let me just land this, right? I'm not having a pop at you, Nelson. I think you're probably a nice fella, but you do talk a load of shit, right? I'm sorry. It's the same laws. It's the same laws in. Yeah, the referees might be awful, Nelson, at Sunday League. They might be. I'm not saying they're not, right? Yeah, I get you, but it's the same laws of the game. From the age of 14, yeah, junior football, right, to the professional. Yeah, that's the same laws of the game. You can't interpret bad referees. There's going to be bad referees in any sport. There's going to be bad. Kenny, what do you call them in cricket on a Sunday afternoon? Umpires. You're going to get good ones. You're going to get bad ones. Right? You have to put up with it. But the fact of the man is that was a bullshit comment, Nelson. Because at the end of the day, it's a red card in whatever level of football you're playing, because at the end of the day, it's the laws of the game. Interpretation from referees will be different because you've got good and you've got bad.
And they probably are. Curtis put a comment and saying, "Yeah."
My point is this.
They're scared to death. Yeah, they meet him in the car park and glass him in the Sunday leagues, mate.
I've been threatened. I was threatened.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I hear what Nelson's saying. Yeah, because there's no VAR number one to help him out or not help him out or fucking make a drama. Yeah, number two, yeah, it's all going to kick off in the fucking car park. Yeah, so they're less likely to probably give that as a red in a Sunday league. Yeah, than they are in the Premier League. I hear what he's trying to say, but listen, Jez is right. The laws are the same all the way down.
Look, let me just tell you a little story here, right? Little quick story. When I got to my level 2, right, and it was a cup game, and it was a Kent Cup game, right, and I sent this guy off, and he was a right lump and all, a bit like Kenny, right. he stood in the touchline, right, and he was playing for a church team. It's a church team, right, and he stood there, and I said, "Look, mate, you've got to go off the touchline. You got to go because I've told you go in the change room," and he wasn't having none of it. And I had 2 proper linos because it was a cup game, and this one guy, he's a policeman actually, and he said, "Look, guy, you got to leave. You got to leave. You got to leave." Anyway, he did go. His father of the church was there and said, "You know, he's a very nice guy." And after the game, they were very apologetic about what he did and everything. He punched somebody, basically. He had to go.
Oh, that's a straight red for that, Jill.
So he had to go. Anyway,
there's no like extenuating circumstances.
No, exactly. Anyway, after the game, they'd lost 3-1. I can't remember what the fucking score.
Just from the church team.
Yeah, he did. He played as a church team, and they said, "Oh, would you like to come back?" You know, they're very nice, lovely people, beautiful people. They said, "Would you like to come back for to our not the church, their place?" I said, "Yeah, cool." Anyway, this father priest guy came up to me and said, "Look, really apologise for what happened today. We're very, very sorry. Can we offer you a glass of wine?" And I said, yeah, if you like.
Oh, fucking hell. That's an easy way to butter up the ref, isn't it? For the next game.
And he said, look, this guy's having a bad time, blah, 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 blah. And all this came out. And he said, can you not throw it, send in the report, because it's a £15 fine and he can't afford it. So I went, are you trying to bribe me? and he went, no. We're trying to do it, in the peace of religion and all this sort of stuff. I said, I'll tell you what I'll do, right? If he goes and apologizes to the bloke he smacked in the face, right, and right, if he, because they were there, this other team were there. I said, if he goes and apologizes to that fella for smacking me in the face for no good reason, you give me a bottle of wine, we'll call it quits. And the father went away, priest, right, the priest guy, he went away and they both shook hands and everything. They came over, shook hands with me. I said, fair play, mate. I hear you're having a bad time. The report's not going in. And anyway, I'm leaving, right? I'm leaving. I'm like, where the fuck's this bottle of wine then? Right? Where's this bottle of wine? And this father, priest guy, came over and he said, oh, there's your bottle of wine. And I looked at it, I thought, that's communion wine. Like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? I shook his hand and I went, fair enough.
Just got sucked up.
I got fucking done, didn't I? Right. Yeah. So I was corrupt for that. I got bribed.
Yeah, Jez was bribed by the church. By the church football team. They chose you hilarious, man.
Story that is. That's a trick. That's night. That I'll tell you when that was. That was about 1992. That was.
Okay, no, they'd love you in the Premier League, Jez.
Yeah. Mate, I've got loads of stories like that.
Yeah, they'd fucking love a bit of you in the Prem, Jez. Fucking you cause all the drama.
Watch, I never got a Rolex watch. I never got bribed. Like the
Actually, no, the only goodies was in European games, weren't it? Where
yeah, well, a bit like the old the referee against us and Barcelona, mate. Never got the fucking gold Rolex.
The thing about him, he's a millionaire as well, and he still needed the money.
Right, Jez, they'd love you out in Turkey and Italy, mate. Fuck it all.
Yeah.
Right, they got nice wine in Italy, ain't they, Jez?
Yeah, Italy. Oh, yeah, I don't mind a bit of that. Big old Barola. Lovely. Yeah.
All right, listen, we are going to wrap this up because Rayo Vallecano playing Valencia. That kicks off, well, I would say in 3 minutes, but they'll kick off 2 minutes late because it's Spain.
Lee, before you go,
yeah.
In terms of how do you think we're going to do in both our games? Brentford at home and Villa away.
Brentford, I think, will beat comfortably because they're not going to try and attack us. Really, I know they've got that Igor Thiago up front, but I don't really see that they're going to come and try and play football. Yeah, and I think we'll do them 3-0, maybe 3-1. Aston Villa away, boy. If we're not on it, they're going to have Nana's probably going to play, right?
Yeah, Nana.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to have like Tielemans and Nana. Well,
Tielemans and Nana, they've got McGinn. They've got a good midfield. Rogers. Yeah, that could be a problem for us if Zubimendi's starting that game and he plays like he's been playing. Yeah, we might fuck around there.
You know Villa's weak link. Ollie Watkins.
Who?
Ollie Watkins.
Ollie Watkins. Yep.
He's a weak link.
But do you know what he does though? He just works his bollocks off running down the channel.
Yeah.
And he's falling off a cliff in terms of finishing and goal scoring. Yeah, but he'll drag players away, which opens up space for the Tielemans, for the Rogers. Yeah, and that's why he still gets games. Yeah, because his goals have dried up massively compared to a couple of years ago. But he'll run his bollocks off. Yeah, and he does a shift for the team, which opens up midfield. So yeah, I think that game. It wouldn't surprise me if we draw that game.
Who have Villa got? Who have Villa got? I don't know. Who have Villa got?
I think they got Brighton. I think they got Brighton.
See that
in midweek.
So that's the thing. That's going to be a physical battle against.
They got Brighton on Wednesday night. Oh, that's fucking 4th versus 5th, Kenny.
Was it the Amex?
Yep.
I remember. Do you remember?
That's not an
2
easy
years
game.
ago? Do you remember 2 years ago when Villa played Man City, beat them 1-0, and then they ran their nuts off, and then they had to play us 3 days later and beat us 1-0 as well, running their nuts off as well.
Yeah,
and I think that's the thing. The Brentford game depends what Brentford are going to turn up. If Brentford put their nuts on the table, then we're going to have a class. We're going to have a good game of football. If they don't,
we need a bounce back from that shit show.
Yeah,
yesterday.
Brentford have got Spurs at the weekend, so they got 2 North London. They got a North London. They got they're at North London yet on the Wednesday, and then on the Saturday they're at North London again at Tottenham. So they're probably going to think the Spurs games will be easier.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, well, it will be. Let's just be real with it. Fucking.
Well, the Thomas Frank derby.
Yeah, the Thomas Frank derby. He's on the ropes, mate. A lot of their fans want him gone already. So this is why I love Spain, lads. Yeah, right. The game's supposed to kick off now. They're only just walking out the tunnel. They start late every week. That Valencia kit is disgusting. Anyway, Vallecano, Valencia, guys. Jezza, what do you think of these 2 games before we wrap?
Brentford Villa. I think Brentford will win that. I think 2-0. I'm saying 2-0. Villa, I think, will do a different game altogether. They're a little bit of a purple patch, and I'm gonna go 1-1 in that game.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I can't lie. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. But listen, bless up to everyone who's locked in. I'm going to redirect. If I put the redirect on, that's a fucking good question. I'm going to redirect over. Bless up to everyone who's got me over 135k now as well. We pissed through that yesterday. So big up to all the new subs. Big up to everyone in general.
Can I ask a question, Lee, before we go? Do you think that Dr. 6729 is one of your subscribers? I mean, what a weird man. What a strange man.
He's not a Spurs fan.
No, I don't know. You know what? He sounds like he's from like the Essex Suffolk border, because when he uses the F word, it sounds very Cornish when he swears.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
I don't know what his hair looks like without a cap. I don't know. Is he bald? I don't know. But he always seems to have a cap on. Dr. 729.
Fuck knows.
And he's got 2 other channels as well.
I know. I rattled him by saying he's got his nan's teeth in, yeah, and he's rolling around on a mobility scooter on benefits to fucking fat fuck. I know that much. Yeah, but I don't know that much, but it looks that way.
For some reason, he always comes.
He's not an Arsenal fan.
And the worst thing about it, whenever Arsenal and Chelsea lose, he has this silly song on, and he dances to it. It's the most naff song ever, and he does the cry more thing. Strange man.
Yeah, very, very off key. He's one of them. If you see him walking down the street, you cross the road, don't you? Big up to Laura as well. Oh, sorry, I've only just seen this. Can we talk about how all the big games in the Prem are crap? At least the Arsenal ones, La Liga, and Bundesliga don't disappoint. That's true, man. They don't. That's because they all have a go at fucking trying to win the game, mate. This game still ain't kicked off. Here we go. We're about to kick off now. 2 minutes late, over 2 minutes late. Every week, every game kicks off at 2 minutes past. Every time. But yeah, the top 6 games in England, mate, are shit. The Prem shit. You've only got to have a look at the Premier League table to see how crap this league is. Yeah, you've got Man City in second, 5 points off the top, and they've lost 4 games. Yeah. Then you've got Chelsea in third, lost 3. Villa fourth, lost 3. Brighton
scoring their first 4 games, Nick. They're not scoring their first 4 games.
Sunderland 6th, lost 3. Man United 7th, lost 4. Liverpool, believe it or not, are 9 points off the top, and they've lost 6. Do you think if we win the league, we win it by default? Do we win the league because we're fantastic, or we win it because we'll be the best of a shit bunch, and we are better. We are better in terms of squad depth. Yeah, we've got the best squad depth out of all of them. Yeah, but at the same time, this league is fucking poor, Kenny. Very, very poor.
What's happened to the situation where the top 4 not setting the standards anymore? The fact that the PR has kicked in, yeah, to the point where the standards are an all-time low at these clubs. I was having this conversation with Carefree yesterday, Carefree Lewis and CB on Northside. I was having this conversation yesterday. It's an all-time low for quality.
Yeah, and the PR is a massive reason for that.
You mean PSR? You mean PSR?
Well, no, PR, the PR of the football clubs. So I'll give you an example, right? That lad that plays for Chelsea, Esteval.
Yeah,
they've made their fans online are all making out he's fucking better than Lamine Yamal because he scored against Barca the other day. Todd Bowley's already won. He's already won. Todd Bowley has won. Because no matter what that guy does now, there's an army of div on the internet. They're going to sit there week in, week out, no matter whether he drops a stinker or not, and make out that he's world class. They've done it with Garnacho. They've done it with loads of other players. And that's just one team, right? Now look at Man United. That club is absolutely fucking buried. Yeah, that club was supposed to be the Real Madrid of England. Yeah, look at the state of them. They're crap. Yeah, they're absolutely crap. And they're sitting there, still with Luke Shaw at their club, still with Harry Maguire at their club, with a manager who's won 12 league games in 12 months. Yeah, and it's still being lauded up. Well, the Glazers have won. That's done. They ain't ever going back to what they were. Yeah, and our club, we ain't won nothing for 6 years, and this manager's got a fucking free pass every single week. Yeah, them three clubs are buried. Chelsea are halfway there. Yeah, and I kept telling these Chelsea fans this. Listen, Chelsea were the best team in England for 2 decades. Yeah, now they're down here, and they can lord up these European Cups that they've won recently. Kenny, I said this last night, and I've been saying it all week. At the end of this season, if they do not win the League, the FA Cup, or the League Cup, that is 9 seasons without a domestic trophy.
Who for?
Yeah, for Chelsea. Last time they won a domestic cup was 2017. And that was the league.
Oh my God! So they win? No, 2018 they won the FA Cup. So they didn't win. 2019 they won. Oh my God! So they won the.
I'm saying they win in Europe, but they don't win in domestics. They don't. When was the last time they won an FA Cup?
They won the last time they won the FA Cup was 2018. They were in the final in 2020. No, 2020, 2021.
So it'd be 8 years in the summer then. 8 years in the summer without a domestic trophy. 8
years
in the summer.
They were in the final.
Yeah, and they lost to Liverpool.
23, no, they weren't. 24.
Leicester beat them in the final.
Yeah, and then
Liverpool beat them in the final. We beat them in the final.
And the league, they were in the League Cup final in 2022 and 2024, both to Liverpool.
Yeah, lost.
Well, Chelsea have not won
They won a domestic cup since 2018, domestic trophy since 2018.
No way.
That's what I'm saying, right? The owner of that club now has been there 4 years in the summer. So he's been there for half of that. He's been there for half of that.
So when did they get? Oh yeah, so Ramon
4 years in May.
You're basically the British government sticks Chelsea up then.
Well, yeah, they did to a certain degree, but at the same time, how can this geezer be there conning this fan base? And this fan base, we're up here with Roman, right? They're standing because Chelsea were down here. They were a cup team. Let's just be real with it. Yeah, and they were good in '99, nearly won the league in a three-way title race with us in United. But they were always about here, and they were a decent cup team. Roman comes in and puts the standards here. The fans followed suit. Roman gets kicked out. Bowley's coming and gone, yeah, back down there, lads. Yeah, I'm going to buy a load of kids that nobody's ever heard of, and you're going to hype them all up on the internet. Yeah, and now they can have their Club World Cup. Well done. I'm not knocking them for winning trophies. I wish we did. What I'm saying is their fans online, yeah, whether it's from the UK, whether it's from overseas, is irrelevant. Their fans online are hyping up every single fucking player at that club. Yeah, when they know that half of them ain't good enough to win them a title, if not all of them.
One question, Lee.
Oi, nearly 1-0.
One question, right, to Lee and Jez, right? Hand on heart, without any biasness towards Arsenal, who would you trust more in a Champions League final against any of the big teams in Europe to win it? Us or Chelsea?
Chelsea. They've proven over the years that they can turn up and win in finals. They're in Europe. We don't.
Because you know why? You know why? Because they're nuts. They keep their nuts in their pockets and put on a table.
All right.
That's it.
Facts. But the thing is, I don't think they realise though, Kenny, yeah.
Any other team that plays PSG in that World Cup Championship final, their nuts are left behind. They don't have their nuts have been cut out of them.
I'm not so sure. I'll tell you why, yeah. Right, because PSG played about 78 games that season up until that point. Yeah, they were fucking knackered, Kenny. Yeah, Chelsea, Tottenham nearly done them in the Super Cup.
Yeah, but that was after Chelsea done them. All the other teams that played PSG were shit scared of them, respected them. Bayern Munich was showing too much respect, and Real Madrid folded. against the
Yeah, but then
tight
by the
team.
time they'd gone to that Club World Cup, they'd already played their domestic campaign. Yeah, they've done all the way through to the Champions League final and won it. Then they've gone to the Club World Cup. It was still the same players. They didn't get a break. Yeah, and it's showing this season as well because they're not top at the minute. They lost at the weekend. Yeah, PSG are second. Lons at top.
The thing about it is that I want Arsenal to be part of it the next time it's on in 2029, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is the thing though, Kenny. Yeah, we've seen our club destroyed over 20 years in front of our eyes. Yeah, we've also seen Man United's club destroyed in the last 10, 15 years.
So, person that doesn't have TV says that Arsenal need a club, and that we're ungrateful. I was ungrateful for wanting him out.
Good one. Yeah. Well, do they want him back? Should we bring him back then? Oh no, super duper mix here now. Yeah, but we've seen our club fucked up over the last 20 years. We've seen Man United destroyed over 20 years. Yeah, and we're witnessing Chelsea in real time. Chelsea fans can't see it. Yeah, their club is nowhere near what it was. Yeah, and yes, they won 2 trophies last season. Yeah,
that club is getting sold in a couple of years for a profit.
Thank you. And then the next person and bring it in and drop the standards again. Yeah, because he's already stripped their assets. He's already fucking sold off the hotel and all of that shit. Yeah, so they're fucked there. The only thing he can't buy is the pitch that the stadium's on, because the pitch owners own that. Chelsea pitch owners. Yeah, and as much as Roman tried to buy it, he tried to buy it. They will not sell that fucking pitch. They will not sell it. Doesn't matter how much you offer that. Them Chelsea pitch owners ain't selling that. So you
the fans won't be in it.
Yeah, so you can sell the stadium. You can't sell the fucking pitch, mate.
The fans. Yeah, but you know what's happened? He's trying to. Romain was trying to get the rebuilding out of the club, but the British government pissed him off because he was actually going to get a Chelsea tube station. But what I'm hearing is that they're pushing hard for Earls Court, because Earls Court is just as much a Chelsea area as where they are at the moment. But Hammersmith and Fulham Council have promised it to someone else.
Facts. Big up to Surpass Melias. You're comparing League One to Liga to the EPL. Yeah, football's the same in every country, mate. Yeah, you get 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, and none for a loss.
The only problem is that,
and if you get the most points at the end of the season, you've won the league. It's the same in every country.
You've got the Chelsea. I forget they call themselves now. The people that actually own that pitch.
Yeah, Chelsea pitch owners, they're called.
If Bruley decided to say, well, fuck you lot, we're going to build a new stadium elsewhere, as Kenny just stated at Ealing, then it's worthless. Means nothing.
Yeah, true, but they've got to try and find somewhere. And then the local fans, ones that have been going for time, yeah, they're not going to fucking move out of fucking West London.
No. Yeah. The commitment.
They've already tried enough times to move and then relocate to the power plant and all these other places, isn't they?
No. Battersea out of the question. The London Borough of Hammersmith and Fulham need three football clubs there. They need Fulham. They got QPR, but they really need Chelsea, because Chelsea prints money. Because you think about it, I took the liberty, obviously, 11 on go Chelsea. I was just fascinated because every time I go there, I went, hang on here. Fulham Football Club is in Putney.
Yeah. And
Chelsea's in Fulham. But the real Chelsea is in the Kensington and Chelsea. How does that make sense? I was walking around there, and I realised that I was actually walking around. I actually thought, hang on here, if I walk any further down, I'm going to get the Fulham Palace Road and get the Fulham's Grand. It's fascinating.
When you go down to the bridge, do you go to Fulham Broadway, or do you?
Yeah, I'll get off at Fulham Broadway. So what I do is that I used to go the stupid way. With the stupid ways, if you go from like Crouch End, you can either go from Hornsey or Harringay. I always go through Hornsey, and I go Highbury Islington, and Highbury Islington, I change at Green Park. Yeah. Because it's quicker, because all the stations in the Victoria line are all close together. So when I get off at Green Park, I just run to the Piccadilly line. It's a bloody good run. It's good cross country, by the way. And then from the Piccadilly line, I go through Green Park. I think it's Green Park, Hyde Park Corner, South Kensington, Gloucester Road, Earls Court. Only takes about 5 minutes, and then Earls Court to Fulham Broadway 4 minutes. I'm there. So from yesterday, it only took me about half an hour to get from Hornsey Overground to get to Fulham Broadway. But I got there about 2:00. Went to a betting shop and watched the Liverpool game. But it's like when you're walking around there, it just screams Fulham.
Yeah,
it screams Fulham.
Chelsea is basically just a fucking bus stop in Fulham.
That's what it is. It's not even bloody. And every time I go there, your location on my phone, it says Fulham.
It does. It is Fulham.
Or it says Fulham or Fulham Broadway. It doesn't say.
This is a great point as well. Go on, Kenny. Sorry.
Yeah, but when I go to Fulham's grounds, it doesn't say Fulham. It says Putney.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a great point as well. Yeah, because a lot of Chelsea fans don't know this as well. Yeah, the Chelsea pitch owners. Yeah, say no, then the club, Chelsea, CFC, Chelsea Football Club, can't use the actual name either. Yeah, which is why they've got bangs of rights.
But you know what's happened? Arsenal's area doesn't exist. Because, Chelsea countered that because they're saying that the actual Chelsea Football Club, they shouldn't really be called Chelsea, it should be called Fulham something. Yeah, because it was arguing. And then the guy said, but Arsenal doesn't exist in the area. And I got my crystal ball out and I went, yeah, Arsenal doesn't exist. That the actual tube station was named by Herbert Chapman when it's actually called Gillespie Road. And the actual Arsenal doesn't exist in England, it exists in South London. And I thought, Jesus Christ, that's a good question. Quick question, Jez.
That's the thing. London's fucking all over the gaff, though, isn't it? Like, literally, it is. It's
but
if you just said about Chelsea and Fulham and that, it's same with Arsenal.
That's the interesting fact. If you actually look, right, Arsenal weren't formed in Woolwich at all. They were formed on the Isle of Dogs.
That's right. That's right. Arsenal's so, for instance, Arsenal should be right. Arsenal is an East End club. It's not a South East London club. But it's true though.
I've got the proof.
Millwall's an East London club. It's not a South East London.
Right, let's fucking take the back screen.
Go on, Jez. I'm going to get a beer. This game's end to end, by the way. 14 minutes in, 0-0. Vallecano Valencia is a better game than the Arsenal Chelsea game. That's for sure.
It's actually a good point when you talk about the history of the clubs. How a lot of the clubs, like for instance, Queen's Park Rangers, there isn't actually an area in Hammersmith and Fulham called Queen's Park. Queen's Park is in Brent.
Yeah,
near King's Rice. You know what I mean? So it's how they significantly, and Crystal Palace, the actual club. There's Crystal Palace, but not in most of Crystal Palace is in Lewisham. So yeah, a lot of London clubs, they're very clever with how they kind of rewrite history.
The thing is though, until I bought this.
Yeah,
got it here.
That's right. Yeah. Dog Square, yeah, that's right. Isle of Dogs, that's in East End.
Yeah, and that was their first game, was Eastern Wanderers. Right.
Yeah, so but all these Spurs fans says move to Woolwich when we should actually move to E14.
That was their first game, Eastern Wanderers, which later went on to become Millwall Engineers and then obviously Millwall. I'll show it again so people can't see it.
Yeah, you see, unofficial
the Dogs, it's the first game. That's their founding game.
Yeah, but Millwall's in Bermondsey now. But when you think about an original East End derby, Arsenal, Millwall, and West Ham, but in the actual East End, Arsenal and Millwall are actually East End clubs. West Ham are, although because you think about the East End tends to, confide only in Tower Hamlets because it's near the Bow Bells. But West Ham is in Newham near the docks. Of course, it's incorporated into the East End, but the real East End. Millwall and Arsenal are real East End clubs.
Yeah,
proper Bow Bells, proper Cockney.
Nelson, it is. It's this. To give you a heads up.
Let me take me and Kenny out so you can. How do I put Jez at full screen? 1 sec.
That is the first match flyer for Dial Square, as was 11th of December 1886. Isle of Dogs. That was Arsenal's first ever football match against Eastern Wanderers, who Arsenal won 6-1. And so Arsenal were actually founded. Their game was on the Isle of Dogs against what was at one point Eastern Wanderers, who became Millwall Engineers and then Millwall Football Club. So they're an East London club, mate. They're not from Woolwich.
Crazy, isn't it?
Well, Millwall's always been, because I think if you think about a lot of them people from the Isle of Dogs, they retained their support for Millwall and didn't actually go to West Ham. They stayed with Millwall, and they're still. But obviously, when you look at Millwall, most of their fans come from, like, was it Kent, Greenwich, and all those areas, and obviously Birmingham. But yeah,
see, West Ham makes me laugh as well, because West Ham's actually was in East Ham, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Right.
E13.
Why?
E13.
Yeah, why is it called West Ham if they were in East Ham? I don't get it.
No, it's actually in Upton Park. The actual area of West Ham is in E7, which is on the borders of Forest Gate. But the actual E13, that's actually Upton Park, which is near at the Plaistow, because that's E13 as well. But yeah, it's very weird how they rewrite history, but that's how.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah, man said Photoshop written all over it. Yeah, good one, mate. He bought it off Sotheby's website, auction site. Hold that. Unlucky. Anyway, on that bombshell, I am getting onto this watch along. End to end, 18 minutes. Cracking game of football. This fucking levels of tech, 100 mile an hour. No goals yet though.
How can that be photoshopped? How can that be photoshopped? I don't get it. I don't understand.
No, it's just chatting shit.
It's envy.
Yeah.
Here's what it is.
Look, A9 prick. I've got provenance on that fella. Right, that came from Sotheby's. You don't get no better than that, my friend. Right. You know what I mean? It's just because you don't know what you're talking about.
Jez hates is an illness. That's what it is, Jez.
Shit, mate. But at the end of the day, you don't know what you're talking about, Muppet. Fuck off. Because at the end of the day, I don't buy fake. And that is got provenance. I swear down. I don't buy stuff that ain't got provenance. I'm in for a bid right now. Right, on the first.
Don't even say it.
I ain't telling you who it is. I ain't telling you the auction site. The auction site.
Hey, you don't your enemies outbidding you.
Well, I've just got to go in now and put another bidding. I've been outbid. Right, I'm going for the first ever program at Highbury 1913 against Leicester Foss. So A903PN. Do you want to come and talk to me about that one, you little Meg? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all know Jez is getting the program. We all know he's getting it. That's an early Christmas present, isn't it, Jez?
Well, maybe. I've got a budget, mate. I've got a budget.
He's working on the budget, lads. Yeah. No 1 billion red bottle jobs around here, are there, Jezza? You know what I'm saying? If Jez wants, he's moving like Berta. He's moving like Berta. He's going in. He's getting the deal done. No fucking around.
The only good thing about it is, Lee, right? Normally, when I bought that, right, I had the missus was here, right, yeah, and she was watching what I was doing.
That's a nasty thing.
Today, I drove my wife and my two daughters up to Heathrow to go to New York for a week, and so she's not got no control on what I can do.
Jez has got unlimited budget. That's what he's saying. He's doing a Roman Abramovich.
I'm going to sue. I've paid for them to go to New York.
So they can't say anything, Jez. You can do what you want with that program.
Well, they landed there at 2:00 this afternoon.
Yeah.
And so basically they're having a lovely time till next Monday at my expense in New York. Having a lovely time, doing a Christmas shopping spree. Apparently, my two daughters have always wanted to do that, go to all the Macy's and all that bullshit. Right. And so I've paid for them to go. So I will do what the fuck I like. If I want to buy it, I'll buy it. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Big up Hendo, bro. No 21 billion black hole in Jez's budget. we won't get into that, lads.
I think that was meant for me.
Yeah,
No,
Jez is
I'm
the
not saying a word.
Abramovich. Jez is like Abramovich. Jez has got unlimited budget. No, we're joking. Jezza, bless up, mate. Always love you being on here, man. Always teaching us knowledge on the club as well. What you got coming up, mate? Obviously, I'm on with you tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow night is 6 o'clock. Is the old school show with the legend Lee and Kenny, as always, and DJ B and Shano, and we're going to be talking about the Brentford game and where's it all going wrong, boys? Where's it all going wrong? So, and we're going to talk about what's coming up with Villa. So, yeah, looking forward to that. 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Lee, as always, thank you, my friend, for inviting me on. It's always great to be here.
There wouldn't be a podcast on a Monday without Jezza, would it? Come on.
Of course, 100%.
And Kenny Ken, my compatriot in the Arsenal history and football knowledge. Yeah, educates me every week.
I can't wait for tomorrow because, like I said, it's going to be, we've got a preview with Brentford and obviously Villa, so I'm looking forward to it. I'll tell you one thing. You got a program to buy. Lee's got a football match to watch. I got a
kebab to order on the.
I've had me dinner.
Your trains have been on time then. Yeah?
No. I've got another 25% off a train fare because it was 15 minutes late. So I'm laughing anyway. But I'm saving that money because I've got to do a shop this week. But right now, I don't know what to watch. Is it I'm a Celebrity?
No, get this Rayo Vallecano Valencia game on. It's better than watching the game yesterday.
I haven't got the zone, so it's good.
It's on Amazon Prime, Premier Sport.
Oh, is it? Oh,
if you got Amazon Prime, it's on Premier Sport.
Well, yeah, you saved me. You saved me. I'm a Celebrity because in my house, everyone wants to watch I'm a Celebrity.
Nah, get the footy on, mate. This game's end to end. Cracking game of football so far. But yeah, bless up, man. Big up Kenny always. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972. Make sure you follow Jez is Arsenal, both pinned. Make sure you follow DJ B's channel as well. That's pinned.
I think they're continuing to assess the fitness of Saliba ahead of Brentford on Wednesday.
He ain't playing that game. He'll play against Villa. He'll be back for Villa, I reckon. And make sure you follow Southern Goon and Matty. Obviously, he weren't here today. He's working. But yeah, I'm going to redirect over to the other channel, and hopefully we're going to see some goals in this game. But I'll say something, yeah, the tempo in this game is electric, end to end, man. Yeah, it's a good game of football at the minute, man. But listen, I'll be there in literally 30 seconds. Bless up to everyone locked in, who's liked, shared, commented, donated, memberships, all of that good stuff. And yeah, man, we're out. We will be back tomorrow on Jez's channel. I'm also back with rants tomorrow. He's going to be gloating. They got a win.
Yeah.
I actually thought they'd get turned over.
So did I. Fucking money mace. But there we go. It is what it is. We're out. Later. Redirect to the other channel and spam the chat to get the algorithm going. Yeah, I'll be there in 30 seconds. Love. Later.
Take care, people.
See you guys soon. All right.
Boy, nearly direct from a corner. Fucking hell.